All right, guys, welcome. My name is Scott Donovan. I'm the sales director here for CPhI. So first of all, welcome to Barcelona and thank you for attending. Over the next 25 minutes or so, we're going to discuss North America. So this is our new GeoAdapt. We're moving to the largest pharmaceutical market in the world. We're currently 75% sold out, so I'm probably going to keep it around 15 minutes, and then I'm going to go to Q&A, because if you're here, I'm assuming that you're interested in the market to start off with, and you probably have some questions that hopefully I can help you with. So let's begin. Okay, so why are we actually moving to the North American market? Why are we geo-adapting this show to the largest market? Well, it's growing. As you can see here, the compound annual growth rate is 3 to 6%. So between now and 2020, the total pharma market in terms of revenue is going to be $1.4 trillion. Now, 46.7% of that $1.4 trillion is represented in the American market alone. So to position your brand correctly, you need to obviously understand the market that you're dealing with, but also find reliable partners that you can trust for the years to come. So we saw a gap in the market that no one was covering. CPhI is a very good commercial event. There's other competitors, let's say, in the market that are very good at early development. So we're bringing this concept from specialty and fine chemicals all the way to packaging. So what you experience over these 3 days, we're geo-adapting to the North American market. The only brand that we're not bringing is the pharmaceutical machinery and equipment, the PMEC brand. However, in year 2, year 3, we'll probably also bring this brand over. So if you're manufacturing APIs, this market is growing significantly. It's opening up. A lot of the APIs that are imported from Asia and China are growing at a rate of 40 to 45%. So in 2020, 90% of the prescription drugs that will be filled in the United States will be generic. So the patent cliff that we all hear, this is happening, and this is opening doors to the largest market. Okay, so right now, as I said, 40% in terms of America, and the total pharma spending is accounted within that. We have a lot of Canadians that are also exhibiting with us, but also from around the world. So what you should expect to see when you walk on site is a 50% exhibitor base coming from the North American market. There'll be 50% of the exhibitors from the rest of the world. So what that will ensure is obviously a good exhibitor base, a visitor base, because the domestic exhibitors will invite their visitors to the show. Okay, so how are we going to ensure success of this show? Our partners. We have some industry-leading partners for the show. The American Chemical Society, obviously a very important partner for us. The US Pharmacopoeia Corporation, SOCMA, and Pharmatech and Biopharm. So from UBM's acquisition of Advanced Star, we acquired Pharmatech and Biopharm. So these two publications have a circulation of 70,000. It's the leading content provider within the US, obviously very powerful. We haven't started our marketing efforts for CPhI and Infomex North America. Now, we're already 75% sold out. So you can imagine once we actually start our marketing efforts, the vibration that this market's going to feel from us moving is going to be very, very strong. Okay, so the next element is Philadelphia. I've had a lot of questions of why we chose Philadelphia. Do we stay on the East Coast? Do we move it to the West Coast? For us, it was a very obvious choice or option to actually position the event within Philadelphia. For the pharmaceutical side of the event, 80% of the US pharma market is located within an hour's drive, at least a driving distance to Philadelphia. Also, it has an international hub in terms of an airport, so it's easy to get to internationally. Okay, so what is the event going to look like in terms of square feet? So it's going to be around about 81,500 square feet. The attendees that we're going for is going to be CPhI, 6% and 2%, 6,000 attendees and 2,000 attendees on the Infomex side. The Infomex side of the actual space is around about 25%, but it doesn't really represent the entire exhibitor base because there's a good crossover between the exhibitors that are representing the specialty and fine chemical division, but also the pharmaceutical divisions as well. And as I mentioned before, we're going for around about 50% visitor base coming from North America. The remaining will be from the rest of the world. Okay, so these are some of the companies who have already signed up at the event. As you can see, there's a lot of big names that are supporting this. You know, we had the Pfizers, we have the AbbVies, the Catalents. We have the specialty and fine chemicals companies will be represented within the Infomex brand. We have the CPhI brand, which is for APIs, excipients, and intermediates, so the ingredient side. Then we move into the FDF section. The FDF section is for finished dosage formulations, so the end product. We move into the ICSE area, and we have the contract service providers. So the CDMOs, the CROs, these sorts of players, and then we move into the packaging area. So anyone who's offering packaging solutions to the market, there's a home for you there as well. The only area, again, as I mentioned, the PMEC is not represented in the floor plan. So the floor plan itself, now we've sold a lot of stands actually on site, so it says, well, it should say 71%, we've actually 75% now. We expect to sell out between now and December. So spaces are disappearing quite fast. This is the Infomex side, as I discussed, specialty fine chemicals, the ingredients, contract manufacturers, finished formulations, and the Innopack side. Now, very important, what's going to be running alongside or in parallel with the event will be a content program led by CPhI, who are the leaders in the life sciences conference division. So they're working with some of our partners, as I said, the American Chemical Society, to invite big players from the FDA to do a keynote. They'll then break this down into master classes, 24 master classes, touching an array of topics, and we're inviting players to actually shape the way the content is produced. So if you specialize within a certain area, you'd be invited to then shape that content and become a thought leader as well. So that would be a paying conference. The attendees will be paying upwards of $600. We have content on the show floor. We have an innovation gallery for companies to show their innovations, innovative products. The insight briefing, similar to what we have here at CPhI Worldwide. This will be screened by CPhI again, so it won't be a place for you to talk about your company, the products. It will be a place where you're actually talking about challenges in a specific part of the industry that would deliver relative and educational content to the audience. The exhibitor showcases, however, if you want to discuss about your products, about your company, there will be a place for that, and that will be up here. So that's the floor plan at the moment. You can see that it really encompasses the whole supply chain, again, just excluding the PMEC side, so the machinery. Okay, these will be the types of decision makers that you will meet with. And again, using our partners, and we haven't started our marketing efforts yet, that will guarantee the success of actually bringing a relative and a qualified audience to CPhI North America. Okay, this is the team. So obviously that is me, Elise, and Paul, which is over there. Paul is our expert in Infomex. So anything in terms of specialty and fine chemicals, Paul's been working on our co-located event for a number of years now. So that's the team. Does anyone have any questions regarding what I've just discussed? No? Okay, thank you guys for attending. Appreciate it.